What's good, y'all? It's your girl Medusa. Okay, so boom. Today's video, I'm gonna be talking about trauma again. I've been wanting to shout y'all out sometimes, but a lot of y'all follow me from like fake accounts or like spam accounts and like private accounts. Like, I don't wanna. Somebody asked me if I could do a video about how to move out of your house. I can't do that video because I never moved out. I didn't have a choice but to leave, and it was traumatic. So I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I wasn't staying there. But that was the start of my experience being homeless, which was probably still to this day one of the most traumatic things that's ever happened to me. And I've been through some stuff I probably never talk about. I know for a fact I'll never talk about. Got on a bus and I went downtown to a women's shelter. When I got off the bus and I was walking to the shelter, my oldest sister texted me and she's mad at me. I don't care what that weirdo told you. She's the weird one, okay? I'm not about to sit here and fight with y'all. Like, this is not for me. You know, I had a couple scratches. I had a couple, like, my eye, like, by my eye. Like, this weirdo really put her hands on me. Like, on a 100-pound girl. And I'm not even hitting her back. Like, I remember, like, sitting on her and like holding her hands down and like telling her to stop. Like, stop doing this. Like, why are you doing this? One swing that she got hit me right in my eye. I went back to the homeless shelter, and that's where I ended up sleeping for like 3-4 months. That place is like a prison. It's literally like jail. Like, it's worse than jail, actually. My camera died. I wanted to say it was like 200 girls living in that shelter, and there's probably like 10 bathroom stalls in the whole place, and they were always clogged. Like, public bathrooms were a safe haven. And like, that's saying a lot because public bathrooms terrify me. Surprisingly, the showers were actually really clean. The room that I was staying in had probably like 16 women in there. We had lockers, you know. I really had nothing. Like, I didn't have a single thing. Like, I had what was in my backpack, and that was it. Like, I had to go back to my house to get extra clothes, and my sister completely destroyed my room. She destroyed a whole bunch of my clothes, like just on some hateful shit. Like, so like, I got what I could. If it didn't fit in my locker, I didn't have it. Like, I was fortunate enough to have a room. Like, I actually have like a bed, like a bunk bed, you know, because a lot of the women in there had to sleep on the floor. Like, they would just pull out these little blue mats. They would move all the tables from where like the dining area was, and like they would literally line them up like mat to mat, like a Tetris, and these women would have to sleep on the floor. Like, it was terrible. And it was women in there from all different ages. Like, I met a girl that was around my age. I think she was like 20. All different ages in there, like disabilities, all types of stuff. And a lot of the women in there have been there for a long time too, like years and years and years. And like, thank God, you know, I was fortunate enough to like be in this age bracket, and like, you know, I had a job at the time. You know, I was set up perfectly to like get into the program to like help you get an apartment. But it was just really sad. Like, it was just really sad to see all the different types of women in there. And like, some of them were so put together. You would never think that they were homeless. You know what I'm saying? It was girls in there that had MacBooks. It's a lot of reasons that a person could be homeless. That's why you should never judge, you know? And if someone is asking you for money, give it to them. Give it to them. Because the food that they serve at these shelters, it's all expired. It's all expired food. You'll be lucky if they serve you some fresh fruit. People in there, they didn't like to eat fruit. They didn't like to eat vegetables. And I was like the only vegetarian in that mugs. Like, people would just automatically just come over and just give me their fruit. I was up in there real choosy. I gotta had a job. I could buy my own shit. Like, it's just not a place you want to be at. Give them money because they're probably going to buy food or sanitary products with it. Because they don't provide those. They don't provide you with anything except a roof over your head. Like, literally. They provide you blankets, new blankets every week, a sheet, and a hospital blanket. Give them the money. Don't judge people. Don't worry about what they're gonna do with it afterwards. Just in good faith, give them the fucking money, dude. And if you're not gonna give them money, like, buy them some food, because I guarantee they probably haven't eaten, and if they have, they've eaten trash. And I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying they are eating trash. I'm not exaggerating. I wish I was. Never judge, too, because you never know why someone's in that situation. I never thought I would be in that situation, and I was forced to be in that situation because I was escaping a toxic, unsafe environment, and like, you never know why someone is there. Someone could be literally running from someone. Someone could be escaping someone that wants to do worse to them than just fight them in their own house. This was really the time in my life where, like, I know I was having this very intense, like, dark night of the soul. I just knew that I was built different, I just knew. I knew I wouldn't let homelessness defeat me. And it's not like I didn't know, but it's like it was like coming into play. I don't have nobody. You don't have anybody. You only have yourself. If I would have let myself absorb whatever my sister was trying to project onto me, I would probably still be homeless. I would probably be dead somewhere. Like, because the only thing, and I'm saying, wow, this is how I know I'm not from Earth. This is how I know I'm different. This is how I know, there's just something else out there, because I had the only thing that I had was my positive thinking. That was the only thing. That was the only thing that was keeping me going. That was the only thing. That is what kept me alive. I knew that I had these angels around me that was protecting me from all this stuff that could have happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, that really could have been the end of my life. Like, for real. I've seen so much happen within that 3-4 months that I will never forget. Like, I will never. A lot of women didn't, a lot of women, don't make it out of that. So during this time, I was still drinking, and there had actually been a bar. It was literally like 2 blocks away from the homeless shelter. Like, it was like the bar, the police station, the homeless shelters. Every day when I got off of work, because like the job closed at like 10, and like I was the closing manager at the time, so like I would get off at like 11, and then I would go straight to this bar and stay there until they closed, until they kicked me out. During that time, I was meeting a lot of dancers, and that was cool. We was friends. They would buy me drinks, you know, they would just encourage me to stay out and party, and I did, because like I didn't want to be there. Like, you know, I hated my reality. So I was just like, oh, let's just drink till we black out. Like, who cares? I never blacked out. Well, not during this time, thank God. The same people that own the strip clubs, at least in Cleveland, where I was homeless at, the same people that own the strip clubs own the women's shelters. Just the women's shelters. And it's sad. Like, I can't even cry about it no more. Not feeling safe is very traumatic. And you really not safe at the shelter. Like, girls get robbed, girls be fighting in there. It's scary, bro. It's like prison. It's literally like prison. And then on top of that, you extremely vulnerable. You subjected to eat whatever crap they giving you. It's traumatic. It's just a lot of drugs in there. It's easy to find drugs in the shelter. People go to the shelter to get drugs. The one girl that was in there who had the MacBook and the iPad and the gold chains and the expensive cologne, she ended up dead. 2 blocks down behind a grocery store with her gold chain missing. And these are just a few. These are just a few of the stories, a few of the things that I've seen on the streets. It's no joke. Yeah, I gotta understand that. It's a lot of evil in this world. And it's a lot harder when you are a good person and you do have a good heart. Because those evil spirits can see your light. They can see it. But for me, the situation definitely made me a lot stronger, because it really opened my eyes up to the power that I have within myself. Because I literally had nothing else but to go like reach inside my heart and pull out something, anything to hold on to, because I had nothing. Just a backpack full of whatever essentials I needed, and I had no choice but to take that backpack with me every single place I went. I did everything I could to stay positive. You know, I literally spent a whole day at a Panera Bread making that splanker and recording that video for Halloween while I was homeless and didn't even know what the fuck I was doing with my life, you know? But I was still out here trying to be creative and trying to find a little bit of happiness. I didn't find the happiness, I created it. I created my own happiness. And this is like the whole point that I'm trying to make, is like, happiness is nowhere outside of you. Like, it's not a person, it's not an amount of money. You're never gonna find happiness if you're looking for it outside of yourself. Something that is within you. You are happiness. You just have to find a way to bring that out of you and embody it. Like, I really have angels around me, bruh. Like, I really do. Like, I really do. Because I've been through too much. Like, I've been through way too much. This ain't even the tip of the iceberg. I've been through too much. The way people treated me while I was homeless, and like, it's not like I looked homeless or anything. Like, I would just wear my like work uniform everywhere because I was like, I'm going to work anyways. Like, I remember going into a dollar store and getting followed around at the fucking dollar store, bruh. Like, everything's $1. And then when I got to the register, this bitch literally asked me to open my bag. I'm like, ain't nobody stealing out of here. Like, when I got picked up from the shelter to go to the hospital, like, the guys in there, the people in there, like, they just assumed that I didn't have a job, and I was like, you know, just bumming it. And I'm just like, no, I have a job. Like, I'm actually about to get a promotion. Like, people just treat you like you're less than human or something. You know, they just automatically assume you're a criminal or that you are lazy, or, you know, and it's just like, no, I'm just homeless, dude. During this time, it was actually the first and last time I ever went to jail. I was coming back to the shelter after work and I had a water bottle. It was a reusable water bottle. Like, I just had it because I was at work and, like, you know, I'm working in this hot kitchen. Like, we all have water bottles in there. And so I go in there and it's crazy because you're not allowed to bring food in the fucking homeless shelter. Like, we're fucking homeless. What the fuck you mean I can't, like, eat? So I go in there with my water bottle and the security guard is like, yeah, like, throw that away. And I'm like, no, it's a reusable water bottle. And she's like, oh, well, you can't bring that in here. And I'm like, well, so I go to the garbage can and I open the water bottle and all the water like spews out because look, water bottle is upside down and I opened it and it like, it was a water bottle that looked like an Arizona can. So before y'all come for me, like, it looked the same. I was even trying to let her drink it. I'm like, dude, smell it. Like, it's fucking water. But yeah, she got mad that, you know, the water went everywhere. And then she tried to say that I was being loud. And I was like, girl, I'm not being loud. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, let me go in here. Like, I dumped the water out. Let me fucking go. Like, you just harassing me at this point. I went outside and I literally start having a panic attack because I don't fucking know. It's called anxiety. So she called the cops. She's like, oh my God, you're being belligerent, da da da. Like, I smell beer on you. And I'm like, bitch, I had one drink. Like, I'm grown. Like, I'm literally having a panic attack. Like, call the fucking ambulance. Like, dumbass bitch. Cops, and they arrested me. They had to bring me in through like the back way. They put me in a cell. I was there for like a fucking hour. And then they were like, yeah, you're not supposed to be here. Like, and I'm like, I fucking know. Technically it's on my record, but nothing ever happened. It's whatever. Getting put in handcuffs when you're having a panic attack does nothing for your panic attack. Oh no, it doesn't. In spite of all the craziness, I still went to work the next day. The homeless shelter like went through a program called Eden, and that's like basically a program to help you get, you know, apartments, and like they pay your rent for like the first 3 months. You know, hopefully, you know, you have a job by by the 3 months, because there was a lot of stories about women going through the Eden program, getting an apartment for 3 months and then being back in the shelter. So, you know, if you had a job, that like helped a lot. Like it like helped you get pushed to the front, you know? So that's how I got my first apartment. Literally a box, like it was just like a room, like a big room. And then it had a kitchen and a bathroom, but it wasn't a lot. Like it wasn't, I think it was probably like 350 square feet. It was literally enough for just me. And that's all I needed. Like at the time I loved it because it was mine. The rent was $400. Like I wish that was my rent right now. Ended up staying at that apartment for like 2 years. While I'm telling these stories, like I'm really telling the story of my spiritual journey. I just always knew that all this was fake and it was an illusion, and I just wasn't into it. During this time, like my early 20s, it was like that second stage where it's like you have to go into this solitude. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be alone. You don't even know where you're going. You just know that you're being called to something else. It's either you save them or you save yourself. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna pick me. This journey is far from over, but that was really the beginning, because I finally was on my own and like had my own space to do whatever I wanted, you know? That's why I highly encourage everyone, like, try living alone, because it's great. That's really where I started getting into like my yoga practice, my meditation practice. overcame this huge traumatic time in my life, you know, pretty much unscathed. Like, oh, let me not say that, because you know what I'm saying? And I did that shit by myself with a smile on my face and my head held high. I didn't just lay down and wait for someone to save me. I got my ass up every single day. I went to work early, I left late. Okay, I got that promotion. I did what I had to do. I just really wanted to talk about this because it was something that really pivoted my life. That was my lowest, that was the lowest I've ever been. Like, I literally had no one, not a, I don't know how to end this part of the video. Please like this video, buy my art, please, and thank you. I would like to not be homeless ever again. I don't know, guys, I'm just talking about my life. My life belongs on an IMAX screen. Every day is Halloween. Yeah, all these